Hello. So, I have this pumpkin. Wonder what that looks like. Oh my god. Typically, for the past couple years, I haven't actually carved a pumpkin. I've just painted it or decorated it somehow. And usually I just do a very standard jack-o'-lantern face, like 2 triangle eyes and a jagged mouth. And maybe I'll draw on some glitter when I paint it. But this year I decided that I wanted to paint this as a unicorn. And we're gonna do this together and see how it turns out. I gotta say that pumpkins are one of my favorite things about fall, and specifically about October. Like, pumpkins just make me super happy. They're so cute. Even if they don't have a jack-o'-lantern face or they're not decorated, I just think that little orange and white Gordy pumpkins are just the cutest thing in the whole world. So I always have to get one for Halloween. And I hope, pumpkins are 90s, I want pumpkins for Halloween. I just think they're so adorable. They make me smile, my heart's so happy when I see them. And I get really excited when I start seeing them come out of stores, specifically grocery stores, they giant bins of pumpkins. And I'm that kid at 30 years old that big, 3 pumpkins until I find one that I want. And this one, he's so pretty, I love him. So I have my stencil here that I'm going to use, and what I'm going to do is, you can see where I cut it out. I'm going to put it on the face of the pumpkin here and trace it, but I'm only going to trace this nose part, because I kind of feel like with the mane and where the horn should be, I can freehand that and make it even more fabulous, so why not? So let's get into this. I have literally all of my crafting supplies. My camera doesn't do it justice in here. I've got my glue and scissors ready. I have a Sharpie so that I can trace on here. I've got a bunch of different paints ready to go, paintbrushes, scissors, and my pride and joy, my little glitter travel case that is amazing. I got this. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, I got this on Amazon. And I got it a couple years ago, so I've been replenishing it as I run out of colors. And you can see here I've actually I have mix and match glitters. The ones that are in the tubes came with the set, but then these little ones and the ones that are in these little cosmetic kits, I've either acquired randomly or I ordered when I was making soaps. And yeah, this is just a 10% of all the glitter that I own. And that's in this apartment. There is glitter everywhere. And why not? Let's get started on this. Let's get tracing this. So let's put this on. And I kind of mapped it out earlier just so I could see where I wanted it. And I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but okay, so we're gonna put this on. And like I said, I'm just going to trace the, oh god, it's so big. I'm just gonna trace the muzzle area, his mouth area and the neck, because for the mane and the unicorn horn, that makes it a unicorn, I'm just gonna freehand that and see what happens. What I do is, and when I typically just do a face, what I'll do is I'll outline it in Sharpie and just get a rough sketch of where I want everything to go. And I'll go back over it with paint, and what happens is that covers the Sharpie and then hides all my little mistakes or my little drafting lines, and then gives me a nice final product. I can't see. This thing is so big. I should have done a smaller pumpkin, but whatever. He's amazing. I like to think that pumpkins all have personalities, and when I pick them, I just know, this is a boy pumpkin. And, it's not a boy, he's not, gender specific, he's not into, G.I. Joes or whatever. I just know that this pumpkin is a boy pumpkin. I just think that there's energy in everything, and if I can, I don't know, speak to something or have something talk to my soul, I would rather address it as what it is to me than just refer to it as the pumpkin, you know? Life's too short. Be crazy. Okay. That's not bad. Okay. So you can kind of see where I've done the muzzle area here, and then his neck. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it towards me and finish his horn and his mane here. This is I should have had Jordan here to hold this because it's so big and awkward. So So let's make his horn really long. That's not bad. And it's nice too to have a general guide with the Sharpie, because I may like underdraw something here, but then when I'm painting over it and I decide, oh, I want this to be longer, I want his mane to be more wild, I can just freehand that even more, and I'm not really limited to what the lines are that I drew before. It's just kind of a jumping off point, a launching point, if you will. What have you guys been doing to celebrate Halloween? I know it's kind of different this year since the pandemic is still going on. Are you guys watching all the Halloween movies? I know that like Freeform has been showing Hocus Pocus every single night, and I've only caught it twice now, which is amazing because usually I watch it at least 6 times before like the end of the first week of October. But yeah, what have you guys been up to? Have you gone to pumpkin patches? Have you decided what you're going to be for Halloween? Like, what costume are you going to be? I think it's kind of fun this year. I'm going to be at a Zoom Halloween party, which will be really interesting to see how that plays out. But I kind of love it because I get to sit in my apartment with my own alcohol and my like comfort and wear my outfit however I feel I want to wear it. And it's kind of nice, like, and I can talk to people, of course, because it's a Zoom meeting. Or like a Zoom party, but I kind of think it's a cool idea, and if I get bored or I'm ready to go, I don't have to drive anywhere or like call an Uber. I can just log out and be by myself and happy. Like, woohoo! Alright, so now his mane, and it kind of goes like that. And we'll just do this really kind of haphazard, because I'm gonna, with the paintbrush, I'm gonna like go in and make it really wispy and fun. I've been watching a lot of horror movies, and I have a really active imagination, so it's been really hard for me to sleep at night. But AMC has been playing some awesome movies, like marathons. They did a Halloween marathon the other day. Freeform did a Scream marathon, and I love the Scream movies. It's actually my favorite horror like movie franchise. I don't like them on like cable television because they cut out all the good parts, and it kind of isn't as I guess not as scary as it should be, Though I did watch one of the Final Destination movies on AMC, and even though they cut out a lot of the blood and gore from it, like they still kept a lot in. And those movies freak me out. I usually can't watch them, but for whatever reason, it was on, and I just happened to like be flipping through the channels and stopped on it. You know how every Final Destination movie starts with like a giant disaster? So this one, it was the racetrack incident. And I happened to like flip to the channel as like the cars were all exploding and the building was collapsing and everyone was dying. And it's like, oh my gosh. Okay, that's good. That's pretty good, actually. So I'm actually using a pepper grinder to kind of prop it up a little bit so I can see it better, so I'm not like leaning over it and you're just getting the top of my head. So now I'm gonna go in, got a cute little paintbrush and a ton of glue, and I'm just gonna start filling in his head here. And then I'm just gonna start pouring glitter on. I don't really have a plan for the colors I wanna use. Originally what I was going to do instead of a unicorn, I'm obsessed with the Umbrella Academy right now, and I was going to do the Umbrella Academy logo. And it's really fun. It's, it's a circle with an umbrella in it. It's pretty simple. But I wanted to do a unicorn because I felt like I could get a little more creative with it. And I think it's important, especially with the way that the world has been, to have these creative outlets and to really give yourself time to make art and be in a creative headspace. I think it's really healthy to have some type of artistic outlet, even if you're not good at it. I mean, who's to say like, what art is? If it makes you happy, you should do it. And adding glitter to everything makes me happy. I've also really gotten into podcast recently because I got a lot of chill time because my husband sleeps during the day. So it's kind of nice for me to like put on a podcast, put my headphones in, and I can like clean and kind of have something to get lost in. And some of the ones I'm listening to are really good. They're all nerdy or like film related. And I'll link the ones that I'm listening to down below so that you guys can follow them if you'd like. Nerd Pastiche is one that's really awesome, and it like features a bunch of like how did you nerd today, or like nerdy trivia facts about a plethora of different things. Everything from like comic books, television shows, nerdy collectors items, like things that you just wouldn't think about. I actually got into the Umbrella Academy because of Nerd Pastiche, because my friend Brittany, who is one of the co-hosts on it, was raving about the show, and I was like, let's check this out. And now I'm like a super fan. Robert Sheehan is a treasure. A treasure. So off of Nerd Pastiche, my friend Brittany and her husband Alex are also doing a alternative theater history podcast, which is a lot of fun. I know Brittany has her master's or her doctorate in theater history or theater education, and so she's got some really like fun and wacky stories that they don't always teach you in your like intro to theater class or your theater history course. And she does a really good job, or they both do a really good job of making it entertaining. And then the other one that I'm listening to, my friends Zach and Allison are running, and it's called Rose Tinted Reels, and they pick a movie to kind of like dissect and analyze for each episode, and it's typically a movie that Zach hasn't seen, so it's Allison giving him like a nerdication and education in like classic film, like horror films or camp films. And it's really fun. It's really interesting. I like that they not only do they have like their own rating system going for each film, but they also give you some amazing like trivia about like certain films. Like I am a huge Jaws fan, and had kind of done my own research just for how much I like the movie itself. But after listening to their podcast episode about it, I actually learned a lot more behind the scenes stuff than I already knew. And it was like, because sometimes you get films like Jaws or the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and it's like been there, done that. But they really do offer a really unique point of view and some really like fascinating like trivia facts. So, like I said, I'm gonna link all these down in the description below. Check them out at your leisure. Alright, so I've got his head pretty much filled in, and I'm just going to go in with glitter and just start giving him a mug. Beat that mug. Purple's one of my favorite colors. If I could choose a skin tone for myself that wasn't like a normal or basic skin tone, I would have purple skin. Like lavender, a really pretty like light purple like skin tone. I think that'd be so fun. I'm doing like typical, I guess, like unicorn colors. So like purple, a little bit of teal. And I'm just going to layer the like fudge out of this. And then I'll go back in and fill in any spots that I missed later. Alright, let's get some... Well, let's do pink. Let's do some pink in there. I gotta say, you guys have been amazing. Oh, this has this still has paper on it. I haven't opened this one yet. Let's do the hot pink instead, because I don't feel like fiddling with the cap on that. I gotta say, you guys have been amazing in supporting me and watching these videos, and I'm so grateful to you. So thank you so much for tuning in and listening to me. This really has been like a kind of just a fun little project for me to have something to do while we're in lockdown. Even though, we're starting to come out of it, I still feel like we're in the throes of a global Global crisis. Oh, there we go. Yes, pink. Good. And I'll come back and do his mane. Like I'll go over it so it pops out even more. You guys, I love glitter. I love glitter so much. It just makes everything just so much better. Like, you add glitter to anything and it's like an instant smile. I'm gonna go with the gold now for his horn and then do gold glitter over top of it. If you guys want a pro tip to remove glitter from anything is to use tape. So if you get glitter on your shirt or you have glitter on your counter, or it's like sticking in the grout of your like tile on your floor, take a piece of tape or take a lint roller that has that like sticky stuff on it, and it'll pick it right up. It's actually kind of amazing the way that it like removes stuff. Or if you're doing glitter makeup, pro tip is to have tape handy, because if something goes awry or glitter goes into a portion of your face that you don't want it, you can just take the tape and gently tap it and it'll pull all the glitter off out of the area that you don't want it in. You're welcome. Now I'm going to take a dry paintbrush and just kind of flick away all the extra glitter that's kind of floating about so I can see more of the actual shape. So bear with me here. And Frank, my cat, is laying at my feet right now. And I just know that when I'm done here, he's going to be covered or have glitter on him somehow. And that's why glitter gets all over the place, because my cat plays in it, not because I put it everywhere. We'll keep brushing out the excess, because I know as soon as I go to like check this outside, it's just gonna leak glitter everywhere. I won't be able to hide from any murderers because they'll know where I've been. So I've gone in and kind of retouched up the mane a little bit to make it look a little more full. And I actually was going to outline this in black, but I like the pink Sharpie, so I just made the lines a little thicker. So I'm just going to do one final like bump to get all the excess glitter off, and then I'm going to turn it and reveal it to you. So brace yourselves. I didn't do anything. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Ta-da! I love him. I love him. He turned out so good. As always, thank you guys for tuning in and watching this. I hope you had a good time. As always, I love you. I miss you. I hope that you're well. And yeah, till next time. Goodbye, my darlings. That was so much fun, but now I have to clean all this up.